Nobody tells you this, but you can lose weight in menopause after 50 without a GLP-1 shot, just not the way you were taught. If the weight won't budge no matter how little you eat, if your body feels like it changed the rules overnight and your energy is running on empty, this one's for you. I'm a nurse who spent years being told that my labs were normal while I gained weight I couldn't lose. I'll walk you through what's really going on after 50, the shift that finally works, and the first thing to change tonight. No Ozempic required. If you're in my audience, you really feel this one in your body. Somewhere in your late 40s or early 50s, the things that always kept your weight in check just stopped working. Same portions, the same walks, but suddenly your middle is growing and you're tired all the time. And this is not you failing. Your body isn't being stubborn on purpose. It's going through a real hormone shift that changes how it handles food, fat, and energy. Your estrogen and progesterone are moving, and that quietly changes everything about how your body stores fat and burns fuel. What used to work stops working, and that mismatch is real. And once you understand that shift, you can work with your body instead of fighting it. There's no GLP-1 shot required. And the biggest driver of menopause weight after 50 is one most women never get told about. I'm not going to hand you another diet. I'm going to show you what your body is actually asking for. The first and the biggest one is your blood sugar and a hormone called insulin. As your estrogen starts to drop in your 50s, your body becomes more insulin resistant. That's just a fancy way of saying your cells stop listening to insulin the way that they used to. So your body keeps insulin running high. And when insulin is high, your body is in storage mode. It can't burn fat and store fat at the same time. And high insulin props that storage door wide open, especially around your belly. So you can eat like a bird and still not lose weight because the fat burning switch is stuck in the off position. This was me for so many years. I grew up as an athlete and I never had a weight problem in my life. And then the hormones and my thyroid quietly fell apart and the weight just wouldn't leave. I restricted food. I lost a little bit, but gained it all back. And it came back with friends. Nobody told me my blood sugar was running the whole show. For years, I thought I just needed more discipline, but I didn't. I needed the right information and nobody had handed it to me. The fix isn't starving yourself, it's steadying your blood sugar so insulin can finally come down. That means leading with protein at every meal, going easy on the simple carbs like breads when your stomach's empty, and taking a short walk after you eat, just 5 minutes, so your muscles can pull that sugar out of your blood. A simple place to start is aiming for about 30 grams of protein at breakfast. Do that one thing, and a lot of women feel their afternoon crash and their cravings ease within about a week. That's your blood sugar getting steadier. That's insulin starting to come down. And when your blood sugar is steady, the weight around your middle finally has a real chance to move because your body feels safe enough to stop storing it. This is exactly why I put together my free insulin resistance guide. It gives you the simple, real food steps to keep your blood sugar steady through the day so your insulin can settle and your body can finally let go of some of that stored weight. It's free and the link is in the description below. If you take nothing else from this video, start right there. You don't have to overhaul your whole life this week. One steadier breakfast is a real beginning. The second driver, and one almost nobody talks about, and after 50, it's urgent. It's your muscle. Starting in your 40s and speeding up through menopause, you lose muscle every single year unless you work to hold on to it. And muscle is your metabolism. It's the engine that burns fuel all day long, even while you sleep. So when you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down. And the exact same meals that used to keep you steady now leave you gaining weight. Here's where a lot of people go wrong. They eat less and pile on more cardio. Hours of walking on the treadmill, sure that that's the answer. But cardio alone can actually burn muscle when you're already running low. And if you're dealing with autoimmune issues or fatigue, long, hard cardio can spike your stress hormones and leave you even more drained. What your body needs after 15 is protein and a gentle strength workout. No hardcore gym program. Lifting a little using resistance bands, carrying your own groceries with some intention, standing up and sitting down from a chair on purpose. 2 or 3 short sessions a week is plenty. You're just reminding your body to keep the muscle you have and build a little more. Focus on your largest muscle groups with which are in your legs. So squats, calf raises, things like that will help keep that muscle and even build a little bit more. More muscle means a faster metabolism and steadier blood sugar. And starting now in your 50s, before you lose more, is one of the best gifts you can give your future self. Protecting your muscle now is how you stay strong and steady for the decades ahead, not just how you lose a few pounds this month. There's a third piece that quietly undoes the first two, and it's cortisol, your main stress hormone. When you're running on empty, not sleeping, lying there wired but tired at 2 a.m., your cortisol stays high. And high cortisol tells your body to hold on to that fat right around your middle. And it makes your blood sugar harder to control on top of that. So you can eat well and lift your weights and still feel stuck if your nervous system never gets to actually rest. I lived in that wired but tired place for years. I was exhausted all day and unable to shut my brain off at night. Getting my sleep and my stress handled wasn't a luxury for me. It turned out to be part of the weight piece as well. A real wind down routine before bed helps. So does getting some morning light in your eyes within a half an hour after waking up and slowing down a little after meals instead of rushing off, busy to do something else. Even 5 slow minutes at night, a hand on your belly, breathing out a little longer than you actually breathe in, tells your body it's safe to let go. Resting is not being lazy. It's lowering the very hormone cortisol that's been holding your weight hostage. I lean on nervous system support every day now, and it's been one of the quiet reasons my body finally started letting go of all that weight. And underneath all of it, for so many people in my audience, is the thyroid. When your thyroid is sluggish or you have Hashimoto's like I do, your metabolism drops, your blood sugar gets harder to manage, and the weight becomes almost impossible to move, no matter what you try. And this often shows up right around 50 when your hormones are already shifting underneath you. I spent more than 10 years being told my thyroid labs were normal while I gained weight, lost hair all over my body, and felt cold all the time. If you've done everything right and nothing works, it's worth asking for a full thyroid panel, not just one basic TSH most doctors run. Your body may be whispering something your labs are missing. That one TSH number can sit right inside the normal range, like mine did for years, while your whole metabolism is dragging. You deserve a fuller picture, especially at this stage in your life. Now, GLP-1 medications like Ozempic can help some people, and I'm not here to shame anyone who uses one at all. But a shot doesn't fix why your body started holding the weight in the first place. And if you're on one, everything I just walked through still matters even more because protein, strength work, steadying your blood sugar, and real rest are exactly what protect your muscles so you don't lose the wrong kind of weight while you're on it. So, this isn't the anti medication video, it's the how your body actually works video. So, whatever path you choose, it works better. The biggest mistake I see after 50 is going harder, eating even less, moving even more, and white knuckling your way through it. But that usually raises your stress and burns your muscle, which makes weight cling on to your body tighter. Your body doesn't need more punishment right now. It needs the right signals. Gentle and consistent beats harsh and punishing every single time, especially at this stage. So when you line it all up, menopause weight after 50 makes a lot more sense. Steady your blood sugar and insulin can come down and unlock fat burning. Hold on to your muscle and your metabolism stays awake. When your cortisol finally settles, your body stops guarding every single pound. And under all of it, you check the thyroid that may be dragging the whole thing down. Not one bit of that is a shot. It's giving your body back the conditions it needs to let go. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what changed for you first after 50? Your belly, your energy, or your sleep? And if this helped connect the dots for you, give it a like and subscribe so it gets out so another woman can find it. And share it with a friend who's been told to just eat less and move more while her body clearly needs something else. So, you just saw how your cortisol can quietly hold fat right around your middle, even when you're doing everything else right. That one hormone deserves its own deep dive because calming it is where a lot of stubborn belly weight finally starts to move. There's a specific way cortisol and belly fat feed each other after 50, and a handful of gentle, natural shifts that break the cycle. Things that took me years to piece together for my own body. I walk through exactly what's happening and how to fix it naturally in the video right here. Watch that one next, and everything I just told you about studying your body will click into place. Your body isn't broken, it's burdened. And when you understand those burdens, you can finally begin supporting your body in the way it's needed all along. Please take care of yourself because you deserve to feel better. And remember, we're all in this together. I'll see you in the next one.